Welcome to day 10 of the 30-day MyDFIR SOC Analyst Challenge, which is a challenge that I created for the sole purpose of helping aspiring SOC analysts obtain practical experience in 30 days. If you're interested in following along, I would highly recommend that you pause this video and start from day 1 if you haven't done so already. By the end of this video, you will learn how to successfully ingest both Sysmon and Microsoft Defender event logs from your Windows server into your Elasticsearch instance. Let's get started. The first thing you want to do is log into your Elasticsearch instance, and on the homepage, you will see a big blue button that says Add Integrations. And this is what you want to select. From here, there are a ton of integrations where you can start installing and collecting the logs from. Now, since we are interested in Sysmon and Microsoft Defender event logs, what we can do is simply search for Sysmon. Now, we do see Sysmon for Linux, but that's not what we want. Instead, what we can try and do is search up Windows events, and we do see a custom Windows event log. So let's select that, and let's take a look. It says the custom Windows event log package allows you to ingest events from any Windows event log channel. This is exactly what I'm looking for. And if we scroll down, we do see a fields mapping, which does contain all of the exported fields for this particular custom package. And that is extremely good to know, as you can reference this anytime you question a particular field name. For example, you might say, hey, what does winlog.computer_name mean? Well, it says, hey, it's the name of the computer that generated the record. Perfect. But you might not have a lot of luck if you wanted to know more about this event_data.accessGranted, because there is no description. And when you do see no description, it is up to you to start Googling and learning more about it. But let's go all the way back up and click on Add Custom Windows Event Logs. For the integration name, I am going to say MyDFIR-Win-Sysmon. And for the description, collect Sysmon logs. For the channel name, you might be wondering, what exactly do I put here? Well, let's head over to our Windows server, and if you haven't already, you can RDP or access the console for your Windows server. Now, I already have a remote desktop connection directly to it. On your Windows server, you want to open up Event Viewer, and from here, let's go and select our Sysmon event log by expanding our Applications and Services log. Click on Microsoft, Windows, and we are looking for Sysmon, which is this one right here. I'll expand that. And since this is where all of the Sysmon logs reside in, which is the operational, I'll right click this and then I'll select properties. And under the full name, this is the channel that you want. So this right here is the channel name. I'll right click and copy, go back over to my Elastic and paste in my channel name. For the data set, this will just be like, hey, where do you want to write this data to? I'll leave it as default and I'll leave everything else as default. Now you can preserve the original event if you want to, but I'll just leave it as is. Where do you want to add this integration? Let's just add it to an existing host, and we'll select the agent policy that we created, which was the MyDFIR Windows policy. And then click on Save and Continue. Click on Save and Deploy Changes, and that's it. The MyDFIR Win-Sysmon integration is added to my policy. Let's do the same for our Windows Defender. I'll click on the Add Custom Windows Event Logs, change this to MyDFIR-Win-Defender. I'll say Collect Defender Logs. For the channel name, let's go back over to our Windows server. And for our Defender logs, this is stored under Windows Defender. So this one right here. I'll expand that. Now there are two different sources. There's one that's operational and one that's WHC. The one we're interested in is operational. Now, we don't want to ingest every event ID because some of them might be informational. For example, event ID 1151, we can see that it says, hey, this is just a health report. Now, yeah, it's good to know about it, but we don't really need it in our SIM. Or if we take a look at 1150, it says endpoint client is up and running and it's in a healthy state. Again, informational, good to know, but we don't need it in our SIM. For the sake of this challenge, I am only going to be ingesting event ID 1116 and 1117. Now you might be asking, what are those event IDs? Well, let's search it up. Searching up Windows Defender 1116 brings me to a Microsoft Defender antivirus event IDs and error codes. So let's do a Control F to find and type in 1116. So right here it says event ID 1116 is the anti-malware platform detecting malware or other potentially unwanted software. Nice. What about 1117? So this one is the anti-malware platform performed an action to protect your system from malware. So both of these event IDs hopefully would be generated if there was malware detected on our Windows server. There is one last event ID that I want to include, and that is 5001, where it says real-time protection is disabled. That way, if anything disables our Microsoft Defender antivirus, this event ID will be generated and be sent over to our SIM. So to recap, we'll be ingesting 1116, 1117, and 5001. And if you were to do this in a production environment, I would highly recommend you select some of the event IDs that can be important and ship that over to your SIM. To test this out, let's head over to our Windows server and I'll type in Windows Security, open up my Windows Security, and let's disable our Windows Defender here. Click on Manage Settings and disable real-time protection. Now, if I were to refresh my Windows Defender event log, I should see 5001 and it says Microsoft Defender antivirus real-time protection scanning for malware and other potentially unwanted software was disabled. Awesome. Let's go ahead and re-enable this and exit that out. Let's begin adding our integration now. For the channel name, we'll go back over to the server, right-click the operational, click on properties, and let's copy the channel name for our Windows Defender here. And I'll paste it in the channel name. Scrolling down, click on Advanced Options. And under the event ID, this is where we can include or exclude certain event IDs. Now, remember, we wanted to include 1116, and these are separated by commas, 1117, and 5001. Let's pretend that we want to exclude 1116. To do that, we simply need to add in a minus in front of it, just like that. But because we want to include this, I'll go ahead and remove that. And that's it. Let's scroll down. For the where to add this integration, I'll click on Existing Host and then select the MyDFIR Windows policy. Click on Save and Continue and save and deploy changes. And now we should have both Sysmon and Microsoft Defender logs being pulled into our Elasticsearch instance. To test this out, let's click on the hamburger icon on the top left corner, and then we'll select Discover. From here, simply type in Sysmon, and we currently see no results match your search criteria. That's perfectly fine. Let's do some troubleshooting, and hopefully we can get some events inside our Elasticsearch instance. What I'll do here is go back over to my integrations by clicking on the hamburger icon, scrolling down, clicking on integrations under management, and I'll search for custom, Windows, and select the event logs here. Scrolling down, I want to find the event ID. What is the field name for the event ID? And at the very bottom here, we do see winlog.event_ID. Let's copy that. Now, the reason why I'm searching for this is because I want to look for particularly Sysmon event ID 1. Go back over to the hamburger icon and click on Discover. Now we'll go ahead and paste in our field name. And you know what? Let's do exist in any form. Click on Update. And this will show me all of the events that have the value under the winlog.event_ID. Now, if I select data_stream.dataset, I notice that there are only 3 fields. So security, system, and application. There is no Sysmon or Microsoft Defender just yet. After a couple minutes, we still do not see any Sysmon logs or Defender. Let's go back over to our fleet by clicking on the hamburger icon, scrolling down under management and selecting fleet. Looking at our MyDFIR Win Steven Rocks, we do have our Windows policy that is added to that machine, and the last activity was 8 seconds ago. I'll click on the host. By clicking on the inputs and expanding WinLog, we do see healthy. Let's do the same for Defender as well, and it's healthy. Clicking inside WinLog, so there are no log messages to display. What I'll do is restart our service by going over to our Windows server, type in services, And then under the Elastic agent, I'll right click and select restart. Now that the service is restarted, let's go back over to our Elasticsearch instance and I'll refresh to check for new data. There's one firewall configuration rule that I overlooked, and that is to allow incoming connections to port 9200 on our Elasticsearch instance. So let's go and quickly change that. Whenever you take a look at your agents and you do see CPU and memory as NA, that could be a good indicator telling you that your agents don't have any connectivity towards your Elasticsearch instance. So over to my firewall, I am going to select the protocol as TCP. And for the port, I'll say 9200. For the source, I'll just do anywhere for now. That way, if we were to add in more agents, we shouldn't run into that problem. Now, if you are in a production environment, of course, you could tighten this down by adding in a custom IP. Once the firewall rule is added, we'll wait a couple minutes and then refresh our agents. All right, after waiting a couple minutes and refreshing this page, we can actually see values for the CPU and memory. It is no longer NA. And if we were to go over to our logs, we do also see an updated log. Now it is currently last 1 day, but let's just do last 1 hour. And there you go, we do have logs. Now let's try searching for our sysmon events. Click on the hamburger icon, open up Discover, and then I'll type in winlog.event_ID, and let's do 1. Open this up. And let's take a look on the right-hand side here. I'll move this over just a bit and scrolling down, head over to page 2. And look at that, event provider is Microsoft Windows Sysmon. That's awesome. So now we know for sure Sysmon is being ingested into our Elasticsearch instance. Let's take a look at our 5001 event, which was our Windows Defender. And we don't see any results. But do keep in mind that the time is currently set to 15 minutes. I am going to change this to, let's say 30 days. How about that? It's kind of excessive, but hey, there you go. We do have our 5001 event. Expand this here, head over to our second page, and under our event provider is our Microsoft Windows Defender. Nice. So just to quickly recap the troubleshooting step that I did, if you head over to your agent, and if you go under agent details, if you don't see any value under CPU and memory, that's a good indicator that your agent can't communicate to your Elasticsearch instance. In that case, head over to your voucher firewall or whatever firewall that you're using and allow incoming connections to your Elasticsearch server on port 9200. And there you have it. Both Sysmon and Microsoft Defender logs are now being ingested into your Elasticsearch instance. You can now begin playing around and learn how to interpret these logs. This is the perfect time to read the Sysmon documentation, which I provided in day 8, and then see how the event IDs are structured in a log format. In the next video, I'll go over a common attack that you'll see in every environment and what are some of the common tools to conduct this attack. Thank you so much for watching and subscribe if you want to. Remember to stay curious and do things differently.